claims on Monday, sparking an escalating diplomatic rift with Delhi. On Thursday, India announced it was suspending the issuing of visas for Canadians and called on Canada to reduce its diplomatic staff in the Indian capital. Trudeau is currently at the UN and was asked if Canada was considering a tit-for-tat response. And here is what he had to say.
We call upon the government of India to take seriously this matter and to work with us to shed full transparency and ensure accountability and justice in this matter. We are a country of the rule of law. We are going to continue to do the work necessary to keep Canadians safe and to uphold our values and the international rules-based order. That's our focus right now.
Let's dig a little deeper with Stephanie Carvin. She's a national security expert at Carleton University in Canada. She joins us tonight from Rome. Good to see you. Those are extremely serious allegations. Has Trudeau provided any details or evidence to back up his claims?
No, he hasn't. And this has been a form of criticism that we've heard from the Indian government, as well as, various officials in India. And finally, even domestically, we have seen the opposition party basically say, this is pretty serious. The government should come forward with more information. This will be hard, of course, because there still is an ongoing criminal investigation into this particular incident. And as a result, I don't think the government will be willing to release that much more information unless there's more pressure from allies or perhaps even within Canada.
Mm-hmm. The opposition, you mentioned it there, they have reacted rather cautiously. There's talk about the risk of being on the wrong side. Do they not believe the claims are true?
That's an interesting question. We do know that the opposition, the Conservative Party, has closer ties with India and the India diaspora. Canada's former Prime Minister, Stephen Harper, is the head of the International Democratic Union. He has close ties to Modi. And as a result, even though we did see a fairly strong statement of solidarity from the Conservatives when this was first announced on Monday, it's since been walked back a little bit, and the Conservatives have simply decided to call for more information to be released and have focused on issues relating to other important matters such as the cost of living and interest rates. So I think they're trying to back away from this, and as a result, they want to be seen as of course, they've been speaking out about Chinese foreign interference in Canada for a number of months now, and for them to kind of back away when there's a very serious allegations about Indian foreign interference would be perhaps slightly hypocritical.
Yeah, and Canada has the largest Sikh community outside of India. How is all of this and the diplomatic fallout, of course, being received by them?
So there has been a lot of support from the Sikh community in Canada. They have been saying for years that they have been subjected to foreign interference by India. Nothing so serious as murder, but definitely the monitoring, surveillance, harassment. Look, India has very competent intelligence agencies and views Canada as a national security threat, and they act accordingly. Right. So we do know that there have been this harassment against the community by the Indian government. But so I'm not surprised that they're very happy with it. But there's also a large non-Sikh Indian population in Canada as well, who are probably now very concerned about the escalation and the fact that they may not be able to go visit their loved ones because they may not be able to get a visa.
Yeah, and Canada's allies are in a quite uncomfortable position here, historically close to Canada, but pretty much all of them right now busy courting India. Is anyone backing Canada up here, especially among the Five Eyes countries?
So that's a great question. I think the key thing is that no one is disputing Canada's version of events. Right. And we do know that the Five Eyes shares intelligence. And I would imagine that the Canadian government has shared what it knows with with its allies, particularly its Five Eyes partners. And we also know that Canada has also shared this information with France. So I think that they wanted to kind of preempt any kind of shocking effect by letting our allies know what's happening here. But the response has been extremely muted. I think this is concerning for a lot of Canadians. It simply comes down to kind of just basic international relations. All of Canada's allies have been wooing India for some time as a counterbalance to China, particularly in the South Pacific's area. And as a result, they don't want to really upset the possibility of an alliance, and in some cases, particularly that of the UK, a trade agreement, right? Yeah. So a lot of the statements have been very short, small, and not particularly that supportive.
And we'll have to leave it there. Stephanie Carvin, thank you so much for your input.